Hello, good afternoon. This is Father Raymond from St. John of God Catholic Church, and I'm here at the gardens that this is the vegetable garden that our young people, the kids from our Catholic school, started late last year. And last year, when the kids did all these boxes for the vegetables, um, I had to buy the seedlings from Lowe's, seedlings of kale, of tomato, of lettuce, romaine lettuce and bib lettuce, and cauliflower and cabbage and chili, different types of chili. And we harvested many of these vegetables already. If you can see the kale that are here, it is still they're still good. And many of the romaine lettuce and the bib lettuce that we have, we've used them up already. In fact, we used them during the celebration of the 25th anniversary of Father Matthew. And many of these lettuces, I allowed them to grow and to mature. And the purpose of that, they started to grow wild, and that is okay. I wanted to let them grow and to mature so that we could have seeds from them. You can see this particular lettuce. This is the romaine lettuce. It has purple flowers and they're beautiful. And when they dry, inside the flowers, you'd find seeds that we can use to plant once again. Come probably September, we'll start planting them so that by the time it's October or November, we could start planting the lettuce again because they love the cold weather. They don't grow good, they don't grow well during the summer. But the kale is like they're sturdy and they're hardy. So I don't know how to multiply the kale or to reproduce the kale. I'm hoping that this will bear flowers or fruits. Then we could get the seeds and be able to propagate our own kale. Here at the other side, allow me to show you. There you go. These are the dried, hold on. These are the very mature plant of the cauliflower. I allowed them to grow really old, and they started to bear their flowers and their fruits. And what's I've never seen the what they call this the seeds of the cauliflower before, and these are almost like beans. They look like small, very minute beans, and inside this vegetable you'd find the seeds, like probably 20 or 30 seeds in one small fruit, if I can call them fruit, of the cauliflower. And I'm gonna show you how it looks like. It's smaller than the seed of the mustard seed. If what do you call this? If Jesus probably have seen the seeds of the cauliflower, he probably would have used this as an example. Like if you have the faith the size of a cauliflower, right? So we will show you this when we move on to another location. I'd like to show you as well the seeds of the romaine lettuce and the bib lettuce. This one, it still needs to dry up. Hopefully I could get some seeds from this. And if I don't think there are seeds here. Oh, there are. Hold on, let me go and check if this has seeds. In fact, we'll let it dry, and then after it dries, then we will know if this thing has seeds that we can plant come September or October. Hello there again. When the romaine lettuce start having flowers, and they have to be like really mature, they grow this, and when you dry them, you'd find this, they almost look like weeds, but these are the flowers of the romaine lettuce and the bib lettuce, the butter crunch lettuce. And inside these flowers, you would find the seeds that you'd use to multiply or to propagate your lettuce or to start growing small lettuce for your spring planting. In fact, it's fall planting. Let me show you how small these seeds are. You can see how these dry leaves look like, and in this flowers, I don't know if you could see it, but if I crush the flower, there you go. You'd find those seeds right there. They almost look like fleas. Sorry for the comparison, but they do look like fleas. See, that is an example. That is an example of the seeds of the romaine lettuce. Very, very small. And I have to crush all of this individually, one flower at a time, so that I could get the seeds. Probably there are about 5 to 6 or 10 seeds right inside these flowers that have been dried up. So you could imagine, from less than 30 seedlings I bought last November at Lowe's, I have more than 100,000, if I may put it that way, like a lot of seeds that I could use to plant. See, there they are. Let me see if I could zoom it. See, those are the seeds. You could see them. They're very, very small. And the seeds of the cauliflower, let me show you how it looks like. The seeds of the cauliflower are so small. You see them? They're like super, super small. They're like really minute. It's a lot of dust, a lot of particles. It's a good thing my allergies are not acting up right now. And if you're wondering why I am doing this, first, because there's nothing much to do during the lockdown. I mean, just to crush these flowers individually and get like 6 pieces of seeds from every single flower, and there are hundreds of thousands of seeds that I have, as I've said, from the 20 seedlings I bought last November. Let me tell you a little story. When I was in high school, when I was in 6th grade, my parents started a business. They built a commercial building, but for us to be able to do this, they had to get a loan from 2 banks. And at that time, we had to like put in collateral all our properties, and we had to tighten our belts in manner by which we live our life. Our lifestyle was greatly tightened in terms of expenditures, and my dad was the only one working at that time. My mom had to stop working because she was the one, together with my big brother Lito, they were the ones who were managing the construction of our building. And every single one of us had to tighten belt. But we didn't really feel that life was difficult. We just needed to make some adjustments. Um, One of those things that my mother and my brother had to do for us to be able to have a little more money, because as I've said, it was just my dad working, and he was sending like four kids to school, private schools. I mean, I was studying in a Catholic school. My sister was studying in a Catholic school. I was in high school. My sister Victoria was in Catholic school. My other sister was taking dentistry. So it was difficult. And when my other sister graduated from high school, um, she went to the University of the Philippines, and after which, when she graduated, went to medical school. And as I have said, it was just my dad working. My mom had to stop working, even if she was the one who earned more than my dad. But it was my mom who, yeah, who was a little more gutsy in terms of starting a business and running a business. What they did was, we had a small parcel of land in Baguio, and they converted it into a plantation for flowers and vegetables. And when I don't have a lot of things to do in for school, I went up to Baguio. That's the place where we had this little plantation. My mother would ask me to help in the plantation. Remember, I grew up in the city, all of us did, and I didn't know anything about agriculture or planting. But it was a good thing. I'm really grateful that my mother and my brother did this, because when they were doing the plant, we had plantation of, whether it's potato or petchay, we call it petchay, or cabbage, etc. I remember vividly my mother asked me to help in getting the dried stalks like this of the petchay. Petchay is almost like romaine lettuce. I don't know what it's called. And what do you call this? She asked me to dry them, and then after they dried, she asked me to help in crushing the small stalks so we could get the seeds from that particular vegetable. And that was the first time for me to see the seed of a petchay or that particular vegetable. My point in sharing this to you, I was in high school, and to do those things, I enjoyed helping my mother and my brother, and helping out in whatever way I can, or even just probably to spend time with my mother and my brother and my other siblings. But the collateral effect of that was, because my mom made me work and made me help in the plantation, it gave me those skills that I now use. The love for the vegetables, the love for nature, the love for plants. And now I'm growing. It's not a big plantation, but it's a small plantation, all right. But I'm passing on the same love for our children, for our students here at St. John of God. It's just sad that they're not here right now to see the seeds of the romaine lettuce that they planted many months ago. But by them seeing how it starts from seeds and then growing, they would fall in love with this. Again, parents, do teach your children, your kids, skills. They may not like doing it now, but when they look back, they would be very grateful for all that you've done for them. Have a good day.